The legend Professor James Smalls will be coming to Atlanta, Georgia, April 6th and April 7th with special guests Destiny Pendarvis and Tassili Ma'at. Text me now at 347-496-1022, or you can go to my Linktree at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. The one, the only Professor James Smalls, as you've seen him on Hidden Colors and all the other documentaries. You want to be there April 6th and April 7th, public and private event with Professor James Smalls.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. That's right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes. By
King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Okay, family. It's your brother King Simon. Want to remind each and every one of you today's topic is going to be a doozy. What's up, family? How you doing? How y'all doing today? Oh, yeah, it's going to be a doozy because we be throwing around these words like, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from you to me. I'm going to talk about that too, Barney, and why that old song that was remixed into the I Love You song by Barney that was actually... It was released, the Barney series was released in April the 6th, 1992. And that's very significant because remember, in numerology, the study of numbers, the number 6 is one of the love energy. So for them to popularize Knick Knack Paddywhack, an old song from back in the day, Knick Knack Paddywhack, give your dog a bone, old song from back in the day about this old man. He played, everybody that's older know that song. Probably a lot of people that's in school right now, they still sing, because you know how American society like to remix things. So yes, I Love You came from that old song. This old man, he played this, da 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 knick knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came going home. That's where that song I Love You came from. The whole theme of it, the whole musical, flow of it was, and that was smart because when you do things like that, I need to put on my blue blocker glasses. I like to block these energies of this computer. I can't be playing with this computer when I'm born under the frequency of number 1, and 1 rules the eyes. So I got to take care of my eyes. I'm not going to put on the shades. Let me put on the other one. So please forgive me. Let me just step into my glory. These are not like prescription glasses. I don't need prescription glasses, but these are for actually to block the blue rays coming from the computer, the computers in front of you. So this one is called the Gunner glasses. Big up to KT, the arch degree that exposed me to the Gunners, but it was Dr. Laila Africa that told me to get those glasses first. And the first glasses that I ever got, thanks to Dr. Laila Africa, was these blue blockers. These blue blockers was because of Dr. Africa. As a matter of fact, I believe they ordered it for me. Dr. Melanie ordered it for me. And at that time I was staying by their house, and they ordered, it came in the mail the next day. So big up to Dr. Melanie and Dr. Laila Africa. And then KT officially told me about the Gunner glasses, which is for all these gamers and all that. Gamers should wear Gunner glasses, either the dark shades ones, and then I ordered these, these are good too for your eyes, especially when you're in front of the computer. This one is called Elements Active. Elements Active. In front of the computer, you want to lessen the energy and all this vibration coming to your eyes, because your eyes is one of those apparatuses that connect to your brain. You want to protect your brain, you want to protect your eyes. And because I'm born under the number 1 frequency, or connected to the number 1, and when you have a lot of ones in your names, that also says it's possible for you to attract eye issues or eye ailments. That's why if you read my book, whole list, if you read Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important, very important book, very important book. It's right there. It is right there in the middle. Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important. I talk about all of the numbers from 0 all the way to 31 and how you can mix the vibrations by the certain amount of numbers that you have in your name or your birthday, and boom, you could attract certain ailments if you don't take care of yourself. That's just what it is, you know. It don't mean that you will catch or have the ailment. It just means that you can attract certain things depending on what vibration and what number you're connected to. So the number 1 rules the heart, circulation, eyes, palpitation. It rules also blood pressure, high blood pressure. So when you have a lot of 1s in your chart, I tell you to look out for all of that. But you might be born, now think about it, before I get into it, you might be born, let's say you was born January, which is a 1, the 2nd, which is a 2, 1970, which if you add the 1 plus the 8 plus the 9 plus the 7, then you'll get a number 8. So I will show you to look at all of them. Look at the January, of course, which is the 1. More than likely that child or person from a young age had circulation issues, could have had high blood pressure, could have had eye issues from an early age. That's why some children get glasses at an early age, especially if they're born in that January frequency, depending on how their mother and father raised them to take care of their health and all that kind of stuff. So I would always tell somebody born in January, per se, since that's the first quote unquote month, to pay attention to their eyes, their blood pressure, and heart, the matters of their heart when it comes to love and all that kind of stuff, especially when it deals with father or masculine love, because that number 1 rules the masculine energy. Just showing you. The number 2, if you're born the 2nd of that month, then I will tell you to pay attention to your stomach, your digestive system, because 2 rules the digestive system. Be very careful of poisons and all those type of tumors and all that stuff. When you're born with a lot of 2s in your chart, a lot of 1s deal with the circulation and blood and high blood pressure. Number 2 deals with another aspect of the numbers. And then number 8, that deals with the intestinal tract. It deals with liver at certain aspects. And also it deals with the bones, the teeth, the knees. Again, you always got to learn to pay close attention to different things that you are allowing in your life that can stimulate the vibrations that you're connected to, so it either can attract the positive of it or you can attract the negative of it. That's how we are applying and showing people that these numbers work for you on higher levels and how to use them. All right, everybody that's here, come on, put the number 1 in the chat. Put the number 1 in the chat if you're in the building. If you're in the building, put a number 1 in the chat. Put the number 1 in the chat. And big up to everybody that came out and watched me do my brother Billy Carson's new channel, the remix, Tupac Remix Vault. I had a good time. It was a lot of uploads, a lot of downloads. There was more I could have said. There was more dimensions I could have went in with Tupac, and because he's a celebrity and we all knew his life, there was a lot of dimensions to Tupac, a lot of dimensions. And I know there's going to be other astrologers. There's other astrologers that put it out. There's other numerologists that put it out from their perspective. Remember, I deal with the numerovational perspective. From my perspective, it was a good showing. We had a good time. You know, we was doing it. All right. So, just want to remind everyone that, let me see, this coming, did I even put down for who I got coming in this week? The 31st, I don't have anybody coming in on the 34th, so I need to schedule the 31st, so I need to schedule somebody in for the 31st. Maybe I'll just come online and just do what I do, you know what I'm saying, on the 31st, you know what I'm saying? All right, but next week after that, on the 3rd of August, we got this man coming in live and direct. Supreme Understanding will be coming in. The science of self, man, God, and the mathematical language of nature, with the one, the only street humanitarian and author. Supreme Understanding will be with us live and direct. And then that weekend, August the 6th, Man, we're going in. I mean, April the 6th. I'm saying August. April the 6th. We're going to be at the YG Cafe, 640 Evans Street. Big up to Tassili Ma'at. She'll be doing the libation. Brother Adam, hopefully, will be bringing his drums so he can open up and make sure we bring on the professor every time somebody come on. He's also going to be doing massages also, so big up to him. And Tassili Ma'at is going to be in the building. I heard red, blue, everybody's going to be, because the elder is going to be in the building, Professor James Smalls. The public event is going to be lit. So make sure you get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Get your tickets right now. To get your tickets for all the events that I'm doing, make sure y'all go to my Linktree. You got two links you could do it. You can either go to Linktree or you can go to my allmylinks.com/King Simon Productions. That's allmylinks.com/King Simon Productions. Very important, very important. The elder went through a health scare recently, and now he's up at that. He's the Professor Smalls. Let me say this for the record. Professor Smalls is the epitome of eldership. When I say he's one of the pillars in our community, he is the epitome. After he went through his health battle that could have taken him out here, this man is right back out teaching. That's what you call a soldier. No matter what he went through, no matter what sickness, when he spoke about the prostate issues, all of that stuff, no matter what he went through, even while he was going through the pain of it, he was out teaching. So he's also going to do a private event on April the 7th, where it's going to be a no-holds-barred, private, all-day Q&A symposium at a secret location in the Snow Mountain area. Only 33 seats are available. Matter of fact, it's going down. So I think only 20 seats, I think 20 or 15 seats are available right now. I think 15 seats are available from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Between that is going to be a brief lunch break. I don't want to feed you heavy, so we're just going to give you something light between that lunch break, but make sure you eat your breakfast before you come. If you are breaking your fast, eat your breakfast before you come. Bring your own water. There will be no videotaping, no audio taping, none of that. Q&A all day. Myself and Blue Pill and Sister High Heels will be starting off with the questions and answers to Professor James Small. So, that all-day workshop is going, that all-day symposium is going to be powerful, because I've done this with Baba Phil Valentine and it ripped. And I'm going to allow everybody, I'm going to give everybody a number. I'm going to allow everybody to ask their questions one at a time. You don't just jump up and ask any damn question. We ain't doing that. Security will be in the building. So you don't just jump up and ask any questions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right. So we're going to give everybody a number that's going to be there. Myself, Blue Pill and High Heels will facilitate the questions, just in case I got to be roving around and handling business and make sure everything is all right. That Blue Pill, you know how Blue get down and High Heels get down with the questions, because both of them are online podcast trained, especially Blue. Blue has been trained to do interviews and all that kind of stuff. So the questions that's going to be set off by Blue Pill and High Heels is going to be powerful. So y'all want to be there at the private event, and you could be at both of them. And if you want to come to both of them, just text me so I can give you the discount that I promised. I'm giving a $10 discount if you pay for both of them one time, so you can be at both events. I'm giving a $10. And remember, only 33 people is allowed at the private event. Only 33 people are allowed at the private event. And boom, there is a live stream. Right now, the early bird tickets for the live stream is $22.22. That's $22.22. So pay attention to that. And then by April 1st, it will be $33.33. Okay. And if you want tickets to see us in Brooklyn, New York, myself, Ma'a from Fig Tree, the one who started the whole journey with Dr. Sabi. Boom. Make sure you get your tickets. Get your tickets through my Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. You can get your tickets through there also. And the next day is going to be myself, Lloyd Strayhorn, Adara Moselle, Dr. Shakira Moore. I'm telling you, when me and Lloyd get together, or when me, Mama Ella, Aunt Rising Sun, and Ma get together, it's going to be fire. Dump, dump, dump. We call on fire. Woody, woody, woo. It's going to be fire when we get together. So go get your tickets all through my link tree or all through my allmylinks.com/King Simon production, King Simon Productions. Man, they're going to be fire. And then Nicholas, the next week after, or 2 weeks after that, is going to have Rizza Islam. Big up to Rizza Islam coming in to Brooklyn, New York, April 27 and April 28. He was just on Corey Holcomb's show, talking about Nicholas also, that he's going to be in Brooklyn. He spoke about it on the Corey Holcomb show the other night. Big up to Corey Holcomb and the whole crew over there. And big up to one of my martial arts teachers, the Grandmasters, gathering of the great Grandmaster, the Grandmaster, Professor Bill's 80th birthday. I'm going to try to make it into New York for this because he's celebrating his 80th birthday. I'm going to try to make it. Come and celebrate Grandmaster Bill McLeod's 80th birthday. I'm going to be interviewing him too in April, going into May. So in April, I'm going to be interviewing him. So check out my son also. Make sure you hit up his studios, greenstudiosnyc.com, and make sure you hit up CarrieAnnIngram.com. That's CarrieAnnIngram.com. That's CarrieAnnIngram.com. And you know I can't leave out the Baba. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. And of course, if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. All my books are on Amazon or through my link tree. Remember, the audio book is about to be released, and the new book, children's book, is about to be released also. All right. I know I'm giving y'all too much. Let's get started. Family. Let's get started. All right. I know I speak very fast because I'm a former radio personality. They used to call me Simon Templar, the live wire, the one who runs on solar and lunar energy only. That's it. That's what I used to run on. And I'm still running on solar and lunar energy, the sun and the moon. All right. Boom. Let's go to the spiritual meaning of I love you. Let's share screen. You know, I like to share screen and bring some basic information. So keep it simple. I'm keeping it simple because, it's all about keeping it simple, keeping it moving. So, all right. There it is, family. Y'all can take a snapshot of it. It says the spiritual meaning of love is the profound and divine connection between two souls, transcending the physical and mental boundaries and nurturing each other's growth and well-being. Spiritual love transcends the superficial aspect of romantic love and focuses on a deeper connection between two individuals. Powerful. Then on the side, it says spiritual meaning of love transcends. It says the same thing basically. And then it goes on to say unconditional love. This form of love is selfless and unconditional, stemming from inner peace and harmony. It emphasizes soul-to-soul connection beyond physical and emotional attraction. Empathy. Spiritual love involves empathy, recognizing and understanding the feelings and experiences of others. Reminder, of others, not just by your goddamn self, of others. You got to have empathy. I had to learn this thing called empathy because when the word was thrown at me back in my early 40s, I was like, I got to go study that word because I'm one of those people that like to research and study and take things into account. And then when I studied, I said, okay, now I understand. Because being born under a number one frequency like I am, sometimes because the one can be a lonely number at certain times. That's why they used to sing that song, "One is the loneliest number that I ever knew." Because one can be a lonely, sometimes on its negative, very selfish and about themselves, I realized that I could have went down those roads many times, especially when it comes to family. And sometimes you got to remember, and big up to Tassili Ma'at. Tassili, I have her book called Self-Fullness, The Journey of Self-Fullness. Make sure you get that on her website at tassilimaat.com or go to the store and purchase her book. But sometimes one who might be perceived to be selfish might be just self-full in self-fullness of themselves because they had to heal themselves in order for themselves to give love to others. So sometimes we misunderstand what selfishness and being self-full or being, like I wrote in my book, No Promotion is Bad Promotion, about being self-absorbed. Sometimes a number one can be self-absorbed into so much that they're doing that they forget other people. And that is the truth, because I've been self-absorbed to the point that I forgot my own children and my own wife at that time, and chasing entertainment. I was so self-absorbed in building that career because I loved it. Because remember what most motivational speakers teach us. Most motivational speakers teach us. Do what you love so you'll never work a day in your life. So when you put all of your love and your emphasis in building yourself, building your business, sometimes you become self-absorbed and not really selfish, or sometimes you could be self-fullness of who you are. And then once you open up to the self-fullness of who you are, then the people around you, like Tassili Ma'at shares with us, we can open up and bring the fullness to others. So big up to Tassili Ma'at who wrote that. But I got the book back here somewhere. It's just I don't want to reach for it because I'm doing what I got to do. So big up to Tassili Ma'at. Remember, the topic today is the numerovational perspective of the words, I love you. I love you. And because I love myself first is because that enables me to love others, but not loving myself in a negative manner. Back in the day when I wanted to take my life and all that, when he, like Dr. B. Serious, he says, always call it the he. When he in those days wanted to take his life, and he in those days was a womanizer, and he was those days was not empathetic, when he in those days was selfish, when he, I'm talking about another side of me at another point of this dispensation of the now, when he didn't love himself to the point that he was willing to cut his wrist if he had to, or hang himself, or just take out his whole family and then take himself out. When he had those thoughts, the old Simon, the old Anthony, the old Tyrone, when he had those thoughts, that's when love didn't exist anymore there. Or there was a shine, there was a bright light there. There was a little spark there of love, but I had to be willing and allow myself for the spark to grow into something greater so I can love myself, so I wouldn't take myself out of this planet or take that Simon out of this realm. And it's very important why we need to love ourselves. You know, it's very important. Sister, I won't be in Atlanta on the 13th and 14th. That event that you've seen on the 13th and 14th will be in New York City. I just want to make sure you're clear. You know, make sure you're clear. All right, just want to make sure you're clear. I will be in New York City the 13th and 14th. April 6th and 7th is when I'm doing my event. Just want to make sure I'm clear with Catrice that's on here. And Love Lifted Me Poetry. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I had so much to give. Woo, there was much more I wanted to give. Big up to Rainwater. What's up? So going back to the rest of the meanings, as we were speaking about earlier, it goes on to say, compassion, after empathy, compassion. It demonstrates kindness and a desire to alleviate suffering and reflecting and divine nation. Now, many of us can be compassionate with our family and friends and our loved ones, but we don't want to enable them because we're so compassionate to help them or desire or demonstrate kindness to them. You don't want to be an enabler. I'm not enabling people. I don't want to enable my children. I don't want to enable the loved ones. I don't want to enable family members. I don't do that because I don't want you to do it to me. Everything has to be a reciprocal energy. If you're really empathetic, because sometimes the people that are empathetic or have empathy can attract the narcissistic ones or the ones that have narcissistic symptoms. Because you don't have to necessarily be a narcissist to not have narcissistic symptoms or different ways of a narcissist. And sometimes it can pop up in anyone. Don't front. People say I'm empathic, so I attract these. Sometimes you have some narcissistic ways about you. And as far as social media is concerned, it developed narcissism a lot in social media. People's all about themselves. Every goddamn picture is about you in every little pose. I might as well get a book and draw a little stick man and pretend that I'm walking, because every pose you are moving. Every time I see you, I'm just saying, people just doing too much. and don't realizing that the root of narcissism goes back to the Greek history when this guy Narcissus, or whatever his name was, used to look at and admired himself so much. He would look in the water, he would look in the mirror, he would look at anywhere where his reflection can be. That developed his narcissist. That was where the word narcissist come from. That root of that Greek and Roman teachings, of that mythology. Go study it, go research it, go dig deep. But moving on from compassion, the fourth one with dealing with the spiritual meaning of love. Forgiveness. Spiritual love allows for healing and growth by releasing negative emotions and grudges. And I've been through that too. Not just myself being grudgeful to other people and holding negative emotions towards the people and family members, but also them holding it towards me, ex-girlfriends, ex-family members, ex-friends, former friends, all of that. And they're really not former friends. They was just a friend of that portion of time where it was good and was happy. But when things went off the edges, hey, we're not friends no more. If that's what they choose to be, it's cool. But if they choose to open up, hey, I'm a forgiving heart. But I'm also mindful and very careful because of my frequency. I still got to be careful of secret haters. I got to be careful of deceivers and all that kind of stuff because I know my mathematical frequency and I got to put you through the test if I have to. So self-love, embracing and accepting oneself completely as a reflection of the divine within. Very good concept. And I'm looking over here, family. Those that are not looking there, those are where I'm highlighting right now. That's where I'm at. I'm at that side right there. So, okay. And then it goes and say unity, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and expressing love as a force that transcends separation. Also, non-attachment, loving without clinging or possessiveness, allowing for spiritual freedom. Interesting. Non-attachment loving. That's another form of loving. Spiritual freedom. Don't possess somebody. You don't own no one. Because when that person leaves that body, you can't own that spirit. Some people try to own your dreams and own whatever you do and tell you what to do and how to. No, y'all got to bring balance. It has to be about my art. It has to be about my art. Truth, justice, reciprocity, balance, harmony, and also forgiveness is added to that ma'at. You got to find balance. So don't try to possess nothing. There's an old saying that says, possess nothing and have everything. Possess nothing and have everything because everything is a part of you interdependently anyway. It's all connected. Service, offering abilities and resources for the good of others as an expression of love in action. Yes. Now, this is very interesting because my mother, and she's still alive today. I'm going to be in New York for a week and a half to celebrate her birthday right after I do the event on the 13th and the 14th because her birthday is on the 21st of April. So I'll be there. I just talked to my sister. I was texting my sister today and told her I'll be there. One thing about older Caribbean people, let me say this real quick. Older Caribbean people, that from my perspective, from my family, they show you love by expressing love or being of service to you. So they might not say it. My mother didn't say I love you that much, and she still has a way to her that still, and I know where it comes from. I know where it stems from. It's a cycle from her father and her mother and all that, and her grandmother and all that stuff, and her great grandmother and the aunts and all that. I know where it comes from. So I had to forgive that. I had to dive into the forgiveness aspect, which is number 4 on this thing. And spiritually, love allows to healing and growth and release negative emotions and grudges. About that, I had to do that. Over the years, we're still healing from that because my mother, and of course, God bless her soul. God bless her. She's still alive with us. I know my mother and my father are still here with us. But my mother and father was not known to say, I love you to their children. They would show you through gifts or cards. And she would write the name, I love you. I can probably count if I say I can count on two hands how much time I remember her saying I love you. That's just that probably that's just my assessment. But I knew she loved me because she did provide home, provide food. Even when she wasn't working, she knew how to do it and wheel and deal. And those of you that have mother and fathers that was able to wheel and deal and make things happen regardless of what. A lot of times it's more so the mother, but understand service, offering ability and resources for the good of others as an expression of love. She knew how to express her love, not really say, I love you. And I had to be grateful for even that because it kept me on the higher levels. I remember my mother saying to me, don't bring no police to my house because she never liked police. Not in the sense of human beings. She never liked what police did, but also because my mother got molested by her uncle, who was a police officer. So I know where that came from. I know where it came from. Going back into Jamaica. I know where it comes from. That's why to this day, she don't really like police officers like that because she has seen the overpowering of police officers in the home that she stayed in because she got molested by a police officer that was married to her aunt, which was my grandfather's sister, and he was a police officer. And come to find out, might be hearing about other things, but he's been dead since 1977. It is what it is. And that's the same person that I spoke about that I loved. I used to carry his slippers to him every time he walked in from his work at the police. And my aunt was a nurse. So I might have cousins listening to this right now, and aunt and cousin. I don't care. It's time to let it all out. My mother's afraid to tell her own cousins this because she don't want to start no stuff. That's all right. This is the age of Aquarius. Things are going to be let out. Things are going to be revealed. It's time for that Piscean energy, that secretive energy, and that thing that held you back. Stop holding it back. Now we understand. Now we can heal from it because now we can discuss it in our own way. So I understand why my mother did not like police officers. So getting back to the point, gratitude. Gratitude. The ninth one, appreciating and valuing love as a gift from the divine. Every morning I get up with gratitude. I am grateful for being in the space that I'm at. I'm grateful for the friend that I'm renting the house from. Her birthday just passed. Big up to Katrina. But I'm grateful for the friend that allowed me to rent this house. I'm grateful for my family members. I'm grateful for my children, my great-grandchildren, my grandchildren. My great-grandchildren, I don't have great-grandchildren yet, but my grandchildren. And when they do have children, I'm grateful for them. I'm praying and keeping my vibrations up for them. So gratefulness, and the late great Bob Proctor says, be grateful for what you have, but never be satisfied. Because his grandmother used to say, be satisfied where you have, and be satisfied where you at. Be grateful, because this world is about movement and the universe is about motion. Be grateful for what you have, but never be satisfied. Always be willing to expand and grow through what you love and what you love to do. Number 10, the last but not least, humility, recognizing the infinite nature of love and fostering a mindset of learning and growth. Beautiful. These are beautiful sayings that I found online. You can Google it. Just put in the words, the spiritual meaning of I love you, and this all will come up. And people that want to understand each one of those principles that they have connected to love, then all you have to do is go to this online and just print it out so you can have it on the wall for yourself, so you can practice every one of them. And then it goes on to say on the bottom right here, in a world that often prioritizes superficial relationship, spiritual love reminds us, and I'm going to copy this. I like this one. Hold on one second. Let me copy this. I'm going to copy that because I want to keep that with me. Spiritual love reminds us of the deeper and more meaningful aspect of our human experience by cultivating it. We embark on a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and purpose. So yeah, I'm gonna copy that. I like that. I like that. If you like what I'm saying so far, put the number 1 in the chat, and please like, subscribe, and share. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let me say that again. Please like, subscribe, and share with at least 5 people that needs to hear this about this beautiful thing called love. Loving you is easy 'cause you're so beautiful. And everything that you do, I'll always be in love with you. Loving you is so easy 'cause you're so beautiful. And everything that you do, I'll always be in love with you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, dooby dooby doo doo. I'm not trying to hit that high note at all. I'm not trying to hit that high note at all. Big up to the late great Minnie Rippleton for singing that song. About that song one time. Let me express something to you. We're 38 minutes in. That song one time made me cry for 45 minutes straight. That song made me cry for 45 minutes straight. It just tapped into something that said, yo, King, do you love you? And tears are coming to my eyes now, because I remember where I was at when I played that song over and over for at least 5 to 6 times. I remember where I was at. I was at my ex-wife's house. All of them went to work. It was during the pandemic, and my ex-wife, my former wife, allowed me to stay at the house. And everybody went to work. She gave me a room for myself to do my sessions and all that. She had a room. The children that was there helping out with the house still had their room. And I remember when everybody was gone, I was crying, boo-hooing like a baby. And when I say snotty nose cry, when I say I was snotty nose cry because of that song, Loving You by Minnie Rippleton, born November the 8th. That number 8 is also an infinite, divine, spiritual vibration that can penetrate from universe to universe. If you listen to that song, Loving You by Minnie Rippleton, I'm telling you, I'm tearing up now. Tears are coming to my eyes now because I'm taking myself to that moment. I'm not going to boo-hoo and snotty nose, but I'm taking myself to that moment. It's deep. So deep. It's so deep that people don't really realize how important it is to understand love on an energetic level. Some of us missed it from our mothers. Some of us missed it from our fathers. Some of us wanted the duality of love from both perspectives. And I understand my father was thrown out of my mother's house because of his womanizing ways. So I understand I was thrown out of relationships because of my womanizing ways. Cycles keep on coming back if we don't put it in check. If we don't put it in check. So please love you. And love you so much to the point that your love will permeate from your heart chakra, from all of your chakras, not just your heart, from your 7 known chakras, when there's really more in certain perspectives. There's certain more. Some people say it's 9, some people say it's 22, whatever. But from the Indian perspective, they say 7. But love, from all your chakras, let it carry out to the universe. So the words, I love you, very important fact of it. Let's get to the mathematics of it. Hold on one second. Very important. I hope Instagram is doing well. I hope Facebook is doing well. I know y'all are tuning in, locked in. And of course, YouTube, thank y'all very much for tuning in. Remember, please spread love if you can. Spread love. Cash App and PayPal is here. This is a machine, and we got to keep it running. We got to keep this positive stuff going. It's all about circulating. It's all about circulating. It's not about spending or just giving me anything. It's about circulating. And the more you circulate, the more it comes back to you in various ways. And if you can't spend some Cash App love or PayPal love, then buy the books. Book a session. Do what you got to do. You know, do what you got to do so you can understand the perspective of what your brother is trying to come with and how to guide yourself and your family with your mathematical vibration, because your mathematical vibration is very important. Remember, everything is vibing. Everything is in a vibratory level. Everything is vibrating. Everything is still in motion. Everything is still in motion. I'm telling you, family, pay attention. Pay attention. Hold on one second. Let me take a quick break. Somebody's here at the door. Hold on one second. Let me take a quick break and I'll be right back, and we're going to get right into the numbers, okay? Be right back after this.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
Welcome back to the mathematical universe. Welcome back to the mathematical universe. Just have to handle something real quick, dealing with some people. It is what it is. Enjoying the moment. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause, family. Give yourselves a well-deserved round of applause. Instagram, how y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling, Instagram? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I see y'all Instagram. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. People are saying stuff. My father, the same way. He's from the Bahamas. Oh, Bahamian. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Somebody said this is the greatest show on earth we are experiencing. Yes, Caribbeans, ditto. Yes. People are saying on Instagram, it's not a coincidence you are live now. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I need you to help me release the secrets. I need to tell you that will serve many. We are both on Crown Heights. I used to be in Crown Heights. I don't live in Crown Heights. It's time that we get our crown. It's time. Yes, come together. Yes, yes, yes. People online. It's time. It's 5 people online. No, it's more than that. It's all right. People are going to be listening over and over. It's all right. It's all right. Remember, family, my show is about quality people. I'm not pushing for quantity. If you share or don't share, that's your business. If you're not a selfish person, then you will share information with other people like I like to share information. Les Brown at a class used to say, raise your hand if you love to help people. I rose my hand real high. I took the Les Brown was teaching a whole month class in New York in 2005. How many of you like to help people? Raise my hand. Matter of fact, this saying on my shirt is from Les Brown. I'll never be broke again. I'll never be broke again. I won't even allow the word to come in my dictionary, my diction, in my vocabulary. I will never be broke again. Never. Because each one of us have a talent, and if we love our talent and we use our talent, because the word love adds up to a number 3 in the Chaldean system and a number 9 in the Chaldean in the Pythagorean system, that's the number of higher vibration, higher understanding, taking yourself higher and higher. So if you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life because you're willing to express it. You're willing to be initiated by it. You're willing to be compassionate about it. You're willing to be creative about it. You're willing to be creative and assertive about it. And you're willing to make the money from it. Don't be ashamed to make money from your gift. Don't let anybody shame you to make money from your cooking gift, your speaking gift, your writing gift, your dancing gift, your sleeping gift. I don't care what kind of gift you got. Don't let nobody shame you and tell you if you love what you do. I don't think it's right to make money. Really? So wait a minute. The boss that you're working for don't think it's right. He's doing what he loves to do. That's why you're working for him. And you're building his dream instead of building your dream. Love what you do. And if you do love working at the job that you're working, there's no slight on you. There's no slight on you. Keep on working there, but build what you love. So the word I love you, the number nine in the Pythagorean is the higher vibration of healing and creativity. So when you put I in front of everything, you got to be creative. The number one is also a creative aspect, but that deals with the circulatory energy of creating. And then when you go to the word love in the Pythagorean system, there's the 18. That is a spiritual number. In tarot, when I talk about it in my book, you go to the number 18 in my book, and it went straight to the number 9. But let's go, since it went straight to the number 9 in my book. Whoa, yeah. This is back in the day when I had the Bible and the Quran. It used to just go straight to the quotes back in the day. That's how in tune I was with my own Bible and my own Quran at that time. But it went straight to the number 9 because it told me, my spirit said, yo, 9, go 9. In my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, it says the number 9 is the symbol of conclusion. Initiation. So when you're love, when you do what you love, you are initiating yourself. It's the number of initiation and being in preparation of new things to come. So when you are open to love, it is bringing you new things that initiating you to something at a higher level because of that 9 frequency. And 9 is the number of higher understanding and higher understanding and international connection to humanity. Man, this is powerful. In my book, I talk about the number 9. It says in ancient studies, the number 9 is considered a sacred number, especially to the Chaldeans. That's why Chaldea don't have 9 in their chart. But when 9 shows up, it says it's considered a sacred number. And when it appears, we must pay close attention to its dual meaning. It is well known as a higher vibration of universal love, peace, and harmony. But on the lower vibratory side, it can bring anger. Love can bring anger, contention, sorrow, war, death. How many people have been killed because of love, because they set that person up? Even David, the prophet, the one they call beloved, set up a general in his army to get killed so he can have his wife. That's love. I'm just saying. Go read your Bible. I don't care if you believe in it or not. The stories and the metaphors and the similes and all of that was significant for us to learn. That men and women would do that to each other, get you killed for love. So yes, number 9 can also be a dangerous number when it comes to that number love. And then 21 in the Chaldean system is the number of initiation. In my book, I talk about that. I'm trying to show you how to get through the selfishness of reading a numerology book and learn to get into the self-fullness of reading a numerology book. So once you get into the self-fullness, that means you'll be able to apply your numbers from a holistic perspective and not just a linear perspective. Am I making sense? Put the number 1 in the chat. If I'm making, matter of fact, put the number 9 in the chat if I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, put the number 9 in the chat if I'm making sense. Put the number 1. That's right. Put that love. That love song is a beautiful love song. You go ahead and enjoy Minnie Riperton. She passed on years ago due to cancer, but she, man, you put that show Minnie Riperton some love. So man, she's a Scorpion, man. Scorpion's connected to the number 9. Oh boy. So is P. Diddy. P. Diddy is a Scorpion, and Scorpion is connected to the number 9 in numerology and astrology, according to astronumerology. So the number 21 in my book is called the number of universe, and it's called the symbol of the world. Remember, even in tarot, it's called the symbol of the world. So when you're in love, you're bringing a universal worldly thing. You're bringing duality to you. And because the number 21 deals with advance, receiving honors and life and elevation to success, when you love, it's an initiation, because I go on to say that the number 21 is called gains success after a long battle, and it's called the crown of the Magi. It's called the crown of the Magi, but it's gained. Love is gained, or understanding the crown of the Magi energy is gained through long initiations and test of your determination. In other words, you have to go through some stuff to get to some stuff. Just make sure it's worth it in the long run. Whatever you're going to go through for love, just make sure it's worth it in the long run. Make sure it's worth it. Make sure your investment is worth it. Because if your investment is not worth it, then you might feel you're wasting time, or you might have to take those lessons that you learned from your previous love, or quote unquote person that you said the words love to, and you have to turn it into a blessing. But some sisters, and some brothers, because they love that person so much, and if something goes wrong in that love relationship, they take it out on the next relationship, and they take it out on the next relationship, carrying their baggage from one level to another. And I'm going to talk about the word baggage one day. I'm going to break down carrying your energetic baggage. I'm going to break down those words. Don't carry your energetic baggage from one relationship to the other. You got to be willing to take the lessons and turn them into a blessing, because a man or a woman can say something that can trigger what your mama did to you, what your father did to you, what your cousin or Uncle Lester the molester did to you, or Auntie Crazy the pedophile, whatever, did to you. So love is a deep initiation and higher vibration. Big up to Montreal. I used to live in Montreal. NDG, Notre Dame de Grâce. So it's very important. And the word you adds up to a number 16, which is a 7. So that's a deeply spiritual, intuitive, creative, and balanced number when you deal with the word you in the Pythagorean system. In my book, I talk about the number 16. 16 is the symbol of victory, spiritual victory, or defeat, like Tupac's birthday. But the U also has that same vibratory energy of spiritual defeat or spiritual victory, depending on what you do in this realm. You, because that number 16 is a number of preparation, fatalities if you don't prepare. So you have to take care of you from a creative aspect, the number 1, from a balance aspect and a healing aspect, a melodic balance from the number 6, and from a spiritual aspect from the number 7. You got to take care of you. Oh, I got my, I got it. Number 14 in the Chaldean system. The number 14 in my book I talk about is the symbol of mental foundation. For it is only when human mind has laid a secure foundation and knows what is needed to build upon that humans become balanced producers of thoughts according to certain esoteric studies. The number 14 is also a karmic number. Be very mindful with you, because sometimes you bring karma, negative and positive karma to you. Don't get all spooked out about karma. Ooh. People get spooked out. And I've said this before. Karma could be a beauty queen, which represents the positive, and karma could be a biatch, which represents the negative. It depends on what you are doing with karma and how you attract karma to your life. Karma is a beautiful thing on its positive. But if you are doing things out there that's setting the algorithms or the universal vibration to come back to you negatively, then that can be a problem with karma. That's why in my book, I talk about that number 14 in tarot is the number of temperance, the temperance. This depicts a person or the archangel Michael able to pour the water of life from one cup to another without spilling any of its precious fluids. In other words, adaptation and coordination are necessary factors for the number 14 vibration to thrive on its highest level. You have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to coordinate. You have to be an exemplified entity in this realm when you're dealing with the number 14 connected to the you. You got what I need, but you say you're just a friend, and you say you're just a friend. Oh, baby, you. Big up to my man. I think he's born April the 8th or August the 8th. The one, the only, Biz Marquis. Big up to Biz Marquis. I know he's born either April or August, one of them. Either April the 8th or August the 8th. I can't remember. So much birthdays in my head. But when you add up 9 plus 9 plus 7, it adds up to 25, which 25 in numerology is the number of observation and listening. So I love you is warning you, because when you read my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, and I'm staying in this book. I'm staying right here in this book. Get it on Amazon. Get it on Amazon. King Simon, Numerovation. Put in the word Numerovation for mental stability, because I'm here to try to help you maintain mental stability. That's why the bottom of it says a numerovational guide to recognizing mental instability and staying motivated. I wrote this as a love letter to friends of mine who took their life. Family members that took their life. My great-grandfather took his life. He was connected to the number 22, which is a 4. My grandmother was checked into a mental facility. She was connected to the 7. She was born July 7th. According to family members, they told me about this. So I'm looking at all the nuances from different angles about mentally helping people, because we're in a mental health Arkham. United States is an Arkham. Y'all watched Batman before, and now the patients are running Arkham, because America is, according to their history, is founded on July and July 4th, and 4 is one of the mental health numbers. July adds up to a number, is the number 7th month. 7 is one of the mental health numbers in my book. Stop playing. This place is Arkham. Yes, my brother Clifford in Montreal did take his own life, and he was born on the 13th of July. That's why I wrote this book in his honor. But the family didn't want to make those friends that I wrote about. They told me not to put their name on the book or any pictures, because they didn't want to make them the poster child of mental health. So I took their name out, and I said in the beginning of this book, I want people to understand why I wrote this book. I said it right here in the beginning of my book. I said, extending acknowledgement. This goes out to my family members that may have suffered from mental health issues, and to my friends that took their own life due to mental depression. You know who you are in the ancestral realm. I wrote this in the book because Clifford, who was my best man at my second wedding, under my second marriage, he took his life. Khalifa. Yes, he did. That was my brother. That was my brother. Although he was going through his ups and downs. Although when he left the nation, he just fell down to smoking and doing all that other stuff, and then burning bridges with my cousin Shireen, and burning bridges with his wife, his baby mother, just burning bridges because of whatever he was going through, born on that 13 energy. If you don't learn how to remember what I say about the number 13 in my book, I said the number 13 is a power and dominion number and dominance number. It says it in the book. I'm going to read it. It says this number 13 is the symbol of power and dominion, if properly understood. But if it is wrongly used, it will wreak destruction upon itself, according to some occult studies. He wreaked destruction on himself because he didn't use it appropriately. He didn't use the number 13, which is a 1 and a 3, which deals with creativity and deal with optimism. He didn't become optimistic. He didn't become versatile. He didn't allow himself to do so. He didn't love himself anymore. So when a man like that, a beautiful brother, and I know he's listening to me in the spiritual realm right now, and tears coming to my eyes. My heart, like that brother was a good brother. I'm the one that introduced him to the Nation of Islam. I introduced him. And he became a captain in Montreal. He was a good brother. And probably why I'm releasing now, because I didn't really release, because he burned bridges with me. And that's why I wrote this book. For him and for another sister, I won't mention her name, but since you brought Khalifa's name up, it's serious when you lose a friend that you trusted enough to make him my best man. To make him my best man at my wedding. And then he goes and falls from grace. And then the last words he said to his mother when she asked him, where you going? He said, I'm going out. This is what I'm hearing. I'm going out. When are you coming back? I'm not. That's the coldest thing you could say to your mother. And then I heard he called his baby mother. I'm not sure how factual that is. Called his baby mother and said, please tell his daughter that I loved him. And that was it. I maybe could have helped him, but he didn't reach out. I maybe could have guided him. He didn't reach out. He didn't reach out. I maybe could have helped him, but he didn't reach out. I know he would listen to me. But he burnt so many bridges with people. He burnt bridges. And then he jumps off of a bridge. And I think in Canada somewhere, in Vancouver, one of the places. Jumped off of a bridge. Really? Damn. That's why I wrote this book. For people like him. That's why I wrote this book. Go share it with people. Go buy it as a gift, a birthday gift. If you know that people are going through mental health issues, it's all right for them to go directly to their numbers. I give them the positive and I give them the negative because I want them to be able to, like I was able to do when I was going through my problems of mental health and thinking about taking my own life. If I would have done it earlier, I would never have written a book to this day. These books wouldn't have come out of me. But I'm telling you, family, when you love yourself, and as I love you adds up to that number 7, that means you have to observe and listen to your inner thoughts before you decide to go down those roads. You have to listen. This is not a joke. Because sometimes the word I love you adds up in the number 9, which deals with higher vibration. But it also can go down the destructive way because of you not loving yourself. You could be loving other people and you're not loving yourself enough to the point that it becomes destructive because I love you adds up to the number 9. This is not a joke. Then my other friend who took her life, took pills and went in the bathtub. She was born January 13th. I won't mention her name because it was her family that said I don't want to be a poster child for mental health and depression. Took pills, text everybody and said, I'm done, I'm this, and then she's going to block everybody and then turn off her phone and go and do it. This is a serious scourge. Mental health is a serious scourge in our community. I don't give a F what anybody say. There is no health without mental health because where the mind goes, your behind will follow. Where the mind goes, your behind will follow. I got to take a quick break before I finish this off, man. I got to take a quick break. Hold on one second. I got to take a quick break. Forgive me. I got to take a quick break. Just a quick break. It's not going to be long.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. That's right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't. Yeah, this show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny. Yes. By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Make sure y'all vote. Make sure y'all vote. Make sure y'all vote for me. Make sure y'all vote for me for the new Forbidden Knowledge Awards in the category television host. You can text the numbers or go to their website. Let me put the website up. Put the website up. That those who want to vote me, you might not be able to call the number, but you can definitely go to the website. Let me find the website. As a matter of fact, go to my Linktree. Let me put my Linktree up. Go to my Linktree, and you can vote for me through my Linktree. It'll send you straight there to it. Okay. Anything that you want to anything you want to do through my Linktree, you can actually go and let me put the Linktree up real quick if you don't mind. Put the Linktree in the chat right now, and y'all can press on it and go to voting for the Forbidden Knowledge Awards. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. I had to take a break. I really did have to take a break, man. This is, whoo! That I love you is. I tell y'all, I love y'all is deep. I love you is deep, son. I love you is deep, man. Because in this moment, I'm uploading and downloading so much. My ancestors are talking to me from in my bloodline. So much. That's why I'm doing these phrases and these sayings, to let you know there's a vibratory connection, even in the vowels and the consonants. The vowels of the name of the words I love you as up to 29, which is 11. And on the positive, it's a higher spiritual and physical vibration. It's the number I love you, saying I love you is supposed to bring equilibrium and balance to your life, both physically and spiritually. That's why 11 shows up. But that 29 is very interesting, because 29, let me read it out of my book what that number 29 says. 29 is the symbol of compassion and completion of vision. So when you love you or I love you, you're trying to allow compassion and completion of your vision. But it's also known on its negative as uncertainty. 29. Treachery and deception from others, especially in relationship. So when you say I love you, you got to be very careful of treachery and deception. When someone says I love you, maybe they're trying to be treacherous and deceptive to you. Maybe they want something from you. Maybe they want to use you. Maybe they want to kill you. Maybe they want to take you out. Maybe they want to deceive you. I love you adds up to 29. So on the negative, we got to be very careful of the negative. Although it's the number 29 is a number of trusting of others, self-confidence, focus, and conscious of their surroundings. Being conscious of your surrounding is also the 29 energy. You got to be conscious of your surrounding and who you allow in your spiritual energy as well as your physical energy. Both man, woman, dog, pet, whatever. I don't care who it is. Any family members, friends, I don't care who they are. If they start popping up out of nowhere, make sure you go back into the annals of your mind and say, is this person an asset to me or a liability? Is this person an enemy or someone that's going to be a friend? You got to go back into your mind for this. And because 29 equals the 11, which is the equilibrium, the spiritual balance, the supreme balance between the equilibrium of the spiritual realm and the other realms and the physical realm. In my book, I talk about the number 11. It's the symbol of new beginnings and the ability to be the master of wisdom and efficiency acquired through past cycles from the 1 to 10, according to specific studies. I say in my book, the number 11 is the master number, also considered the doorway to spiritual and physical worlds. It's a number of creativity and visionary and keen insight. So you got to be very in tune with your insight when you say words like, I love you to people. Very important. So what I want everybody to do as an exercise is look in the mirror and say, I love you. Practice that every day And every afternoon, every time if you're at a job, if you got to go to the bathroom, go in that mirror in the job at the bathroom and say, I love you. Or take out, ladies carry their little pocket mirrors. Take out that mirror every time in between breaks. Say, I love you. Because you're talking to the inner being of who you are. That is here experiencing with him. Sometimes you got to remind yourself and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. And then you'll start to feel a certain higher vibration take you up, because now the energy that's connected to your spirit and your soul is connected to the universe to remind the universe that please foster this love for me. Please continue to make me be a loving person. Please allow me, like Dr. B. Sirius says, to love myself so I can accept people's love when they come to me. Not the fake love, not the love when just because things don't go their way, they start cussing you out on text messages or they start cussing you out on emails. That's not real love. I've experienced that with women throughout my life. When I can be very calm and cordial, just because I don't want to be with you or I'm leaving you alone because I don't like the vibes, your energy you bring in. Women is fast to cuss you out and express themselves because they had to let it out. Oh, I'm healing, you're not healing, blah, blah, blah. When the person that says they're healed is really the ones that are really not healed. They're full of ish. They're the ones that's not healed. And then you get this long paragraph, a long letter of cuss words and this and that and how I respect you, but you are this. And I'm like, really? This is all. And that means I stopped the bull crap and nipped it in the bud before I even got into that relationship. So I'm happy. And it happened over and over again. And some of them are still single. I'm single by choice. Not because I'm single by choice. Many people want to be with your brother, and I'm like, no, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that womanizing person no more. I was never a pimp. I'm not that womanizer. I don't do that. I had 7 women for 7 days of the week. I don't look like Tyson Beckford. I don't look like Denzel Washington. My energy draws women back in the day, especially when I was throwing parties, but I'm not going to go there because I can go there. Last but not least, the vowels of I love you adds up to a number 26, which is an 8. In my book, I talk about the 26 being a symbol. The 26 is the symbol of consideration of the path taken. In certain studies of numbers, the number 26 is the number of treading lightly and of caution. So the number 26, when you're dealing with the I love you, the internals of the word I love you, I-E-O, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y, this time Y is not a vowel. The O and the U is a vowel, but the Y is not a vowel because it's the leading letter that makes the word. But the O, U, E, O, I is a vowel, whether it's I or I within a word, because I is just one of those profound vowels that's able to enter, go in and out. But did you know that the letter I is what created the word J? If you look at the I and take away the I, that's why in history, the letter J did not exist until 1600s. That's why Isus, Esau, those words with the I existed, not the J. And there's more deeper meaning when it comes to etymology and breaking down that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But J is not a regular letter until a certain time in history. That's why they could not have called Jesus by that name. They had to call him by either Yeshua, and the I and the Y at one time was interchangeable in certain aspects also. But the Y, Yeshua, in Arabia, Isa, Ain, Isa. I mean, I studied Arabic and Hebrew thanks to the Ansar community back in the day. But the number 26, and I got to get ready to do a session at 1 o'clock. Let me make sure that time is right. I got a session at 1 o'clock, so I got to get ready to get off. The number 26 in my book is that symbol of consideration of the path taken and treading lightly. The number 26 on its highest and wisest vibration can possess an earthly intuition as an executive and someone who someone that execute and that will enable them to accomplish major things in this realm. When you understand the I love you concept, once you understand the I love in a perspective of the I love you concept, and the number 26 gives serious warnings and disaster for future, because let me say why it is. People connected to the number 26 or the vibration, anything connected to the vibration of the number 26 have to be mindful of disasters brought by acquaintances with others, loss brought by speculation, by bad partnership, bad speculation, bad unions, and bad advice. So just because you love someone don't mean that you have to take their advice. Don't mean that you're supposed to be with them. Don't mean that you're supposed to be, because like I said, the 26 is the number of bad speculation, bad partnerships, bad unions, and bad advice. And you might love someone and take bad advice from them. You got to love your mother and father, and you take bad advice from them because you love them. You might take bad advice of somebody you love. I love you. Because you love that person that you're saying that you love, you might take bad advice. They might be bad partnership for you. They might be bad bargain. In Jamaica, we used to say, they're my bad bargain. They're my bad bargain. Some of them are bad bargain. Some of them really are bad bargain. So you got to be very careful. And then the consonants of the words, I love you. The consonants is like the L, the B, the, in this sense, the Y adds up to a number 10. I love you adds up to the outer expression of you. I love you is the number 10, which is the wheel of fortune, according to tarot. And the wheel of fortune energy can be both ways. It could be for good and for evil. So you can you can say I love you for good intentions or for bad intentions. Really and truly. You can say, I love you, according to the Chaldean system, because the number 10 is the wheel of fortune of the consonants of the words. Boom. It can go both ways. That's what I'm trying to say when it comes to I love you. And in the Pythagorean system, it adds up to a number 14, which deals with the flexibility and the adaptability of the words I love you. But still, the creative aspect of it is the number 1, and the number 4 is the building aspect. So you have to be willing to build with that person that you say, I love you too. And the 5 is the adaptability, being able to adapt because you love that person, or because you said I love you to that person. The consonants, which represents the consonants of that word, these words I love you, the outer expression of that one, is why you got to pay close attention to the discipline that you have to offer from both perspectives when y'all are laying up in the bed saying, I love you, I love you. You could be laying up in the bed for 24 hours and not get nothing done saying, I love you, but there's a discipline that comes behind it. I love you don't mean you just lay up in the bed and say, I love you, or sit up in somebody's face or on the phone for 3 to 4 hours like we used to do saying, I love you. It comes with discipline, it comes with creativity, and the willingness to expand and grow beyond where you're at. But you still have to pay attention to the spiritual nuances, observe and listen with compassion, and the ability to be flexible. And the 29, be careful the ones that try to deceive you. Remember, it's the equilibrium between the physical and the spiritual realm. And because of the number 8, be careful of bad speculation, bad advice, bad partnership. And the number 9, it could cause destruction if you don't learn to take the higher road and stay on the highest vibratory level of the numbers. On that note, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing some songs. I know I went down the emotional road of my friend who passed on, But it's time for me to say so long. Family, 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 family. There's so much. Somebody said was the number 11, wherever it shows up in your chart, it means that and much more. The number 11. So if you're born in the 11th month, the 11th day, the year that you're born adds up to a number 11, or your name adds up to a number 11, your middle name adds up to a number 11, your last name, the vowels add up to a number 11, the consonants add up to the expression of that 11, wherever it shows up, I look for it in everyone's chart. I look for all your master numbers if it's there. I look for your master number potentials like the 10, the 20, the 30, the 40, the 50, the 60, the 70. The master number potentials are the ones that have 0 behind it because 0 adds higher potential to any number that it follows. It's in my book. I talk about it. I talk about the 0. It's in my book. So don't be afraid to go and get my book through Amazon. If you can't circulate Cash App Love or PayPal Love, there is the books. And you can learn for yourself. I even have a course. I have an 8-hour course that's worth it, but it's a raw, uncut course. I'm thinking about editing it. I just have to put it up in the studios and start doing it's 8 hours. So I got to do a lot. But you get all of my books. Each one of my books have some type of mathematical value and breakdown in it. My promotional book, No Promotion is Bad Promotion, talks about my promotional life, and it's a motivational book on how to promote your businesses. I even got in the back of it how to get sponsorships. From that perspective, I might have to update it, but it's very good. You just keep on updating it in your own cycle. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. That has a relationship sequence in the back of the book. Towards the back, I have all the relationship from 1 to 9, 2 to 9, 3 to 9, 4 to 9, 5 to 9, 6 to 9, 7 to 9. I got all of that. 8 to 9, 9 to 9. I got all of those relationships in the back. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. Deals with the health from all the months that you're born, from January, from the 1 all the way to 31. All the health possibilities that you could attract to yourself if you don't pay attention. And of course, this one I've been promoting through this whole live right here, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Very good book because this was the last book that I ever wrote, and I'm writing more. Got another book that's about to come out, a children's book. And sometimes I have to get off of the numbers stuff and do something different because doing numbers is deep. And this is not a numerology book. This is more for children and history based off of one of my reggae songs that went up to number 5 on the reggae chart. So yeah, this book is about to come up. I'm about to upload. I'm studying all that, I'm getting everything together and making sure the description of it is all there. So, family, if you can't circulate through PayPal or Cash App, circulate by buying something that you will receive in the mail and that you can deal with. Or let me say you could book a session with me. Right now, I'm in April, going into May. I'm filling up April already, especially after I did the Billy Carson show last night. After I did Billy Carson and Tupac and its breakdown, I have people that's born the same day as Tupac hitting me up. So big up to them. Big up to them. I got like 3 people that already hit me up from all over the world, born the same day as Tupac. Not the same year, but the same day as Tupac. Not the same name, but the same day and month as Tupac. So already I see they have the alignment number 22, which deals with that number 4. So they're supposed to do podcasts. They're supposed to do YouTube channels. They're supposed to do things dealing with technology. I already see it. They can't be hiding behind that number 16, which is a 7, because sometimes the 7s love to hide behind stuff. They like to be in the background and stay to themselves. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad Tupac didn't do that. But Tupac could have made some choices in his life that he would have been here to this day. But I guess history so has it that he had to do that so he can be an example for us through his music and through his vibration of numbers. So is Biggie. I might break down Biggie one day, Notorious B.I.G. I'm going to bring on Lloyd Strayhorn because Lloyd Strayhorn broke down Biggie and Tupac in his book. And I used some of Lloyd's stuff yesterday, but I also had to add the extra nuances because I was close to Tupac for those 24 to 48 hours doing security for him. So, but Lloyd this is a good book to get it. His revised version, he started breaking down. When Tupac wasn't alive, Lloyd was breaking down different people. But when Tupac went through what he went through and Biggie went through what he went through, when you get the revised versions, that's why Lloyd revised his books a lot. Because when you get the revised version, you get the up-to-date stuff. Big up to Lloyd. Make sure you go to his website and get his books. I'm always going to promote my Baba, one of my teachers. You know what I'm saying? He does astronumerology, and he's a great, excellent palm advisor. He can read your palm and advise you on what's going on with your family and you, children, and all that through your palms. You just have to take a good, clear picture of it and send it to him. Support him. He's my teacher. He's one of my teachers. All right? So on that note, family, it is now 12:36 on the east side, 37 minutes after the hour all over the world. Big up to you wherever you're tuning in, wherever you're locking in. Thank y'all very much from the all over my heart, not the bottom of my heart, from all over my heart for being a part of the journey. And remember, this is a Les Brown mantra. I'll never be broke again. You got to say that to yourself over and over again. Even Reverend Ike used to say it. I'll never be broke again. I'll never be broke again. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, or mentally. Never be broke again. I don't like being broke. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, or mentally. I don't like being broke. So I will never be broke again. Never. As long as we got a talent, you got a gift. That's what James Brown says. As long as you have got a talent, you should never be broken. Don't ever let nobody tell you you can't make money from your talent. Don't ever let nobody. I almost let that happen to me. Don't ever let nobody tell you, oh, you should do that for free. You should do that. Negro or Wigro, that's white folks. Wigro and Negroes. Negroes is our folks. And Wigro and Negro, please. Why we're in front of a computer apparatus is because somebody's making money from their talents. Steve Jobs made money from his talents. Bill Gates made money from his talents. He was able to build and do with computers, and so was Steve Jobs, and able to articulate it in the form that we are in front of computers today. Do not ever let nobody tell you you're not supposed to make talent. Matter of fact, tell them to kiss your ass if they tell you to do that, and keep it moving. I don't care if they're in a relationship. I don't care if they're your mama. I don't care if they're father. I don't care who they are. And if your father, if it's your children, if your children telling you can't do it, leave them alone too. Don't ever let nobody tell you can't make money doing what you love to do, because once you do what you love to do, it'll take you higher and higher, that number 9. And it'll help you to initiate you into expression and expansion, because the number 3 is the number of expansion and growth. Number 9 is expanding and growing on another higher level, because 9 is the highest single digit number in the numerical scope of things, in the single digit numbers. All right. Thank you very much, family. Take care. Be safe. Stay focused. Stay structured. And be willing to heal yourself on multiple levels. And remember, I love myself. I love you too. And because I love myself, that's why I love you. Peace and take care. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. The legend Professor James Smalls will be coming to Atlanta, Georgia, April 6th and April 7th with special guests Destiny Pendarvis and Tassili Ma'at. Text me now at 347-496-1022, or you can go to my Linktree at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. The one, the only Professor James Smalls, as you've seen him on Hidden Colors and all the other documentaries. You want to be there April 6th and April 7th, public and private event with Professor James Smalls.
King Simon. King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually.
That's right.
So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, this show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes.
By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, us. This is Professor Imhotep, the Island Monk, here at Warrior Kido Jiu-Jitsu, Way of the Warrior Spirit. So we're here to go over the rules and try to make that as swift as possible for you guys. So the rules essentially are very few. Number 1 is to follow us on TikTok at the Island Monk, or if you have Instagram, you can follow us at Warrior Temple Island University, or if you really love us and want to show us support, you can follow us at both. You're going to find the Kata Shodachi, and you're either going to duet us on TikTok or collab with us on Instagram and win 10 tickets for every additional video you do beyond that. So as we say with all the warriors, eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, us.
Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linkr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.